Hey guys, it's Spike here. So first of all, I'd like to apologize for the fact that I missed last week's Juggalo a Day. Now, this is not because of laziness. This is not because of me not wanting to do it. It is simply because of computer problems. Because you see, my camera has been working fine in terms of being on Skype with Heather. So I mean, it's been okay in that. Because if honestly, I'm sorry, my personal life does matter a little bit more to me than Juggalo a Day, only by a little bit. I'm just saying I'd be a little bit more devastated if my camera wasn't working on Skype than if it wasn't working on YouTube, even though I am trying to do a little bit more with YouTube than I have been in the past. But, it hadn't been working for YouTube, and so I wasn't able to do it, and I kept trying to do it like the day after, the day after, the day after, and it just gave me a bunch of crap. And I never thought to do iMovie. I was just, I had too much going on with school to do that anyway. So maybe it was a little bit of my conflict of interest, but that's beside the point. So my solution is that I'm going to do the three. This is called a 3x3 video, I guess, because we have three sets of three, three sets of three. Three things I like about myself, three things I would change about myself, and three things that made my 2011. So I'm going to start with the uh, the first topic that was this week, and then I'll go on to last week's topic. Um, so three things that I like about myself, and I'm not going by a script or anything, but I guess three things that I like about myself. One is, of course, my individuality. Um, I like the fact that I'm capable of being myself, and it's something that I sometimes get a lot of criticism, more mockery than anything, from people who either find it humorous because it's so outside of what they've always known, people who don't think it's right or think that it's something where they should outcast me because they're not comfortable enough to do it themselves, people who think it's too extreme, whatever. But it's something that I take pride in. I'm proud of being myself. I'm willing to be myself. And some people would say, well, no, you're just following culture. But the fact is, it's your ability to make culture your own, to take culture around you and picking and choosing based on what you like and what you feel drawn to, rather than picking and choosing based on what you feel you are supposed to do. And that's something I try to do. I will admit, if I really did everything I wanted to do, I'd be dressing a little different. But I mean, it also has to do with availability and just the fact of like how far do you want to take it. But I really feel like I'm willing to be myself a lot more than most people, and I'm not willing to compromise my individuality as much as a lot of people are willing to. Another is the fact that I'm opinionated. Now, I don't necessarily take pride in the fact that at times it can be difficult for me to accept different points of view, but I take pride in the fact that I'm able to think about things and form opinions and stand by them. I pride myself in the courage to stand up and stick to my convictions, but also to consider other viewpoints. I mean, it is hard. I just said, I'm not proud of the fact it's hard for me to consider other viewpoints, but I really do consider other people's viewpoints. And yes, I can be a little hard-headed sometimes, but I feel like the fact that I'm willing to put my opinion out there, right or wrong, that's for people to judge, and that I stand by it until I'm proven wrong, that I don't, back down because of popular opinion. Um, I'm proud of myself, and I feel happy to be as opinionated as I am. And finally, I think this is something that, a lot of people don't necessarily see of me through YouTube. I mean, possibly you do. But, you know, I guess I just like about me that, I really feel like I care about others. And, a lot of people are people who are able to really be mean to others, really be just generally rude to people, and I'm not gonna say bully people, but they're really just aren't capable of being friendly. and, you know, accepting of people, especially who are different than they are. People who are not capable of, you know, being genuine in that sense, or people who are like that, but it's only to people who they feel like deserve it, or they feel like fit within their category, or it's all fake. And, you know, I guess I pride myself in the fact that I feel like I care about people, like I actually care about people. I accept people who for who they are. I don't look at, you know, how popular is this person. You know, I don't always look at the group of friends they hang out with. I just look at the way they treat others, the way they treat me as an individual. You know, I'm not comfortable around people who would act all awkward around me. I'm just not comfortable around people who aren't willing to open their mind to at least a certain degree. But, you know, I pride myself on the fact that I am able to have an open mind about people and to genuinely, you know, accept them and care about them for who they are and be compassionate to their needs. And for three things that I would change about myself, besides the fact that my sinuses have been acting up like a bitch. Um, I guess the first thing that I would change about myself is my self consciousness. A lot of people don't realize that I'm actually really self conscious about certain. Now it's gotten better, but, you know, I'm actually very self conscious about certain um, things about myself. For example, you know, sometimes I've been self conscious about my appearance in the sense of, like, if my hair is not perfect. Like, even right now, I'm judging my own hair. Or when I have a zit on my face that I think looks really nasty, and I'm very self conscious about that. Also, I guess just the fact of, like, you know, it's hard for me to be. I'm myself, but there's always that part of me pushing back that says that I'm not or shouldn't be comfortable in my own skin. That sort of self judgmental aspect of myself that I don't like. I don't like the fact that I doubt myself a lot. That I think, no, you can't do this. There's no way you can do this. And it's something that I have been working on to change about myself. And yeah, but I would like to change that. Another thing I think is how my emotions can be a little extreme. You know, be it extreme, like, sometimes I'm quick to temper. And it's not like I go on the shouting like I used to, but I'm quick to feel resentment. I'm quick to feel anger. Um, I'm quick to start, you know, attacking or start, like, feeling upset at something before I really understand what it is. Or I'm quick to start getting upset about something before I look for other solutions besides anger. And anger had been something that I've been working on for a long time. But I think that now that I've gotten past some of my, you know, rage anger, I think that what I'm working on now is sort of a deeper sense of anger, which is sort of like my lack of ability to control when my emotions start to sort of prop up. When my emotions start to come into play before I understand what's really going on, before, you know, they should really have any place, you know, or, you know, and how I tend to make immediate assumptions and just jump the gun and get upset. Not something I'm exactly proud of about myself. And finally, is something that, you know, oh, yes, actually, I was going for something else, but I think this one is more true. Um, my, I don't want to say my laziness, but my lack of ability at times to follow through. I struggle with procrastination. It's hard for me to get my work done and not leave it to the last minute, even though I know I shouldn't leave it to the last minute. Even sometimes, and I like doing spell work, but I do that with spell work. It's hard for me to stick to any sort of schedule. Shocking, I know. I often have ideas that end up going through unfulfilled, so it's hard for me to stick to my ideas. There have been a couple I've stuck to, but even those ideas I've stuck to, I've ended up sort of fluctuating. For example, YouTube. I've stuck to YouTube, but I've fluctuated in my level of activity on here, my content. I always say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and then it falls through the cracks. I can't always. I struggle with doing every week's Juggalo a day, and if it wasn't for Heather, I mean, it would be far worse. And so I think that my sense of being, lack of organization, my lack of, I guess, follow through, and I guess my lack of motivation at times to get stuff done. It's easy for me to say, oh, that assignment doesn't matter, I'll just skip it and hope for the best. And sometimes it works out, but sometimes it really, really doesn't. So, I don't know, that's just how I feel. And now, gotta take a quick sip of water, swig of water before we go on. And now, 2011. 3 things that made my 2011. And I'll tell you right now, 2 of them are mushy. Yep, that's right, 2 of them are mushy. The first one is neo-paganism and witchcraft, Wicca, whatever you want to call it, because it's all part of myself. It's all part of my path and what has helped me through 2011, and a big part of my life and of my 2011 was that development within my spirituality. I went into 2011 as an atheist, and I left 2011 as a strongly spiritual neo-pagan witch. Now, people can feel like atheism is more what they believe. They could feel like that's not their own path, but I can tell you that for me, neo-paganism has changed my whole perspective. And just the things within it, within witchcraft, within Wicca, within neo-paganism, within all that I've studied, the people that I've met, it has made me be able to go out into my community, get involved in my community. It has helped me able to search myself, to philosophize about the world in a whole other way. And, I just feel like it's helped me grow as a person. Sort of understanding the ups and downs and sort of starting a journey that I am on. And to sort of gain a different perspective. Gaining a whole new perspective. So I feel like that has been wonderful for me. My second thing is just meeting Heather. Starting to date Heather, should I say. Because, some people might think that I'm crazy. A lot of people have seen my ups and downs in relationships. 2011 had 2 relationships in it. And I will say one of them was my ex, and one of them was Heather. And so for me, it went from the worst for me to the best for me. My ex was possibly the worst that I've dated, or at least the worst for me that I've dated. But Heather has really, made me happy. I feel happy when I'm with Heather. I feel loved. I feel accepted for who I am. You know, I really feel like when I'm with her, I can be myself and not have to worry about being turned on for it. You know, I don't have to worry about being judged for being me. You know, I can just be me and she'll love me and accept me for me. You know, she's really got a grasp on who I am. From seeing all my videos and everything and just talking to me, she's really got a grasp on who I am. And you know, I guess I just feel happy with her. And so it was wonderful dating her, but I think, and this is going into the third thing, was actually being able to meet her. You know, I haven't had a relationship in person since before freshman year. And I am a second semester senior. So it was absolutely amazing going to actually see her, actually being in the flesh with her, talking to her, you know, being able to kiss her. And you might not want to know this, but you know, being able to share something so special with her, and you know, sharing love with her in such special ways. Wow, I am beating around the bush here. But yeah, you can take it as you will, I suppose. But you know, just being able to experience that was something so wonderful. And really just experience everything. Spending those 3 weeks with her, you know, it really was the best 3 weeks I've ever had in my life. You know, it still feels like it was a dream. Now coming back, it feels like, you know, I just want to be back there. I didn't want it to end. Now being here in California, I just wish I was back there with her. But you know, I spent the New Year with her. I celebrated the New Year with her. And you know, it's the first time I really had the New Year's kiss. But it was absolutely beautiful being able to spend Christmas, being able to spend the New Year, being able to finish off the year with her, and start the New Year with her. And you know, I think that it makes sense because I finished off the year, finished off that cycle by meeting the person that I truly love. And I started off the rest of my life with the person I truly love. And some people might think that I'm crazy or corny, or might think that I have a hope that it's not going to come true. But you know, I hoped that I'd actually get to see one of my girlfriends in person. And I didn't know if that was ever going to happen, but it did. So why can't I have truly found love? Why can't I have truly fallen in love? Who's to say I can't? Who's to say it's not real, you know? Because I feel like it is. You know, I know it is. You know, it just feels right to me. But yeah, sorry for the long ass video, but it's 2 videos in one, so I guess you got 2 10-minute videos. Yeah, right. But yeah, Spike here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and much we can call love. And yeah, see you next Thursday.